From Germany. It is Thursday, one day after the Federal Reserve meeting, and we had some major moves yesterday right after the meeting. So all the indices tanked down, and we were already trading short yesterday. So I was trading short, but you were able to see it during the live stream, and I told you that I will hold on this short position, which was very good. Yesterday we ended at about 12,700 points in Nasdaq Future June, and today we are a little bit higher, 100 points higher, but everyone is trying to interpret what Jerome Powell was telling us. So let's see what we have today. Today we have some news from the housing market here again. New home sales in about half an hour. We had building permits. Building permits were a little bit higher than expected, 1.55 million instead of 1.52 million. And the building permits are higher, 15.1% instead of the expected 13.8%. Initial jobless claims about in line. The forecast was a little bit higher and the actual number was a little bit lower. So still a strong number here from the job market. Not what the Federal Reserve wants to see, but we already know this. Jerome Powell spoke about it yesterday, that the job market is still strong here. And now we wait for market open in 2 minutes and new home sales in about half an hour. So yesterday we had the 25 basis points rate hike. The next meeting will be in 41 days. And there we see about 50-50 for 25 basis points move or no change. So it will be interesting to see the next meeting if we will stay there, and this will be the high point, this 5% level. And from there we see the expectancies are going down until the end of the year and end of 2024. But we have seen the Fed dots yesterday. So the board members, the 19 board members of the Federal Reserve are expecting 5.1% for the end of 2023. And this is a big difference because here we see 33% are expecting 4.25% and not above 5% level at the end of the year. So there's a big discrepancy between what the Federal Reserve is telling us, what they expect the interest rate level to be at the end of the year, and what the market is expecting right now. So there can still be a big shift. So either the market has to shift with its expectancies here, or the Federal Reserve will tell us next time that their expectancies were wrong, and they will have to lower the interest rates. So we will see. This will still be interesting in the upcoming months. But for now, we suggest that this is the high point of the interest rate level here at 5%. Okay, let's see where the market wants to start today. So we are trading higher a little bit. Yesterday we had this big sell-off here. Let's see this again. So look at this sell-off here from the high point, 13,081 points, down to the low point here of 12,677 points. Then during the Asian session we went a little bit higher, back to the Fibonacci level, as you can see. And when the European market opened, we managed to get even higher here. High point was 12,855 pre-market. We are pushing above this level right now. So this is the high point from pre-market, and we are pushing above this 12,850 now, 12,880, and it should act as a support if we go back. So let's see how far this recovery will go. But to the downside, we still have some room. It was a nice candle yesterday here, but we didn't manage to go below the candle of Tuesday. We are still above the 9 EMA level here. And it's not loading. Let's see if we can get it again. Reload. Doesn't want to show us the 20 EMA level. Where is it? What happened to my charts here? Come on. Here it is. Doesn't want to load. Okay, so still some room down to the 50% Fibonacci or the 20 EMA level, which is sitting here around 12,438 points. And still for the lows of Monday, which were at 12,525 points, there's also some room here to the downside. So let's see if we can see a bigger recovery here today, or if we will drop back to the 12,500 area. Everything possible with the news today, but for now the buyers are back and are buying in. Then let's see Euro US dollar. We were rising yesterday. As you can see, we went to high points of 109, and today we made even higher highs, so pushing above this resistance zone here and maybe retesting the previous highs. Let's just see if my weekly chart is loading. Yes. So here the previous high point was 1.1033. So let's see if we can see the 110 level again. Then probably we'll see a rejection there. But for now we are pushing to the upside. So markets are strong again. But when the markets are dipping, then probably the Euro USD will go down because the money will flow back into the US dollar. Okay, then natural gas. Natural gas is was pulling down yesterday. Here it was a 7% move to the downside again. So all the up move from the day before yesterday was made reverse yesterday, but we are still trading sideways here in this area between 230 and 235. So let's see if we can go to higher levels. The low of today was $2.288. Yeah, still holding the previous low points, so we can still have this double bottom. Crude oil, where is our crude oil? Here. Crude oil is pushing into the resistance zone here. So we hit yesterday the lows, the previous lows, and were rejected a little bit, but today we are strong again, 0.6% up right now, and are pushing higher. So this should be a resistance zone, so probably we will find a resistance between 72.50 or 73. Let's see where we will find this resistance. My 50 short put, I still have this position, and it is in the green 55% right now. So let's see if we can hit the 80% level, where I will close out this position and take my profits. Yeah, then let's see Tesla again. Tesla on a lower time frame, like 15 minutes. So we went down yesterday and closed at 191, exactly 191.00, and today we are rising again back. Maybe let's see if we can retest the 200 level. Maybe there's a possibility to re-short it. I don't know if I want to take it again, but it was a nice trade yesterday, just a small trade. I took profits early, didn't hold until the closing. But yeah, we probably will retest the 200 level soon. Then let's see if we will go higher and retest the previous high points here. They were, I think, 214, something like this. 217.65 was the previous high point. So let's see if we can retest it or if we will drop again here from the 200 level. Wix was pulling down yesterday to lows of 19.94, but closed higher at 22.26. Today we are going reverse, 20.8 right now. Let's see if we can close the day below 20, or if the fear will come back and we will see a rise in Wix when the markets are dropping again. German markets, DAX, just trading sideways. Like yesterday we had an inside bar here, and today again no big change, just unchanged today. What else do we have? Yeah, wheat. I took a position in wheat here. It is up a little bit, but I took it at 663 cents, so it is at 668 right now, so no big change, just 0.7% from the closing of yesterday. I want to see a closing of this open gap here, then I will close out the futures, and I still have a 700 long call strike and 585 strike short put. So it is a risk reversal, and I want to hold on this options position a little bit longer. But for the future, it's just a swing trade to close this open gap here. Then let's see ES future. So ES was a little bit more down than Nasdaq in the previous days. So we almost hit the 200 SMA level here yesterday. So you see the previous high point wasn't reaching the January high like with Nasdaq. We still have lower high points here. So it will be interesting if we will recover to the high of yesterday and if we manage to go above. But for now it's still pretty bearish, as you can see, with lower highs and lower lows, even if it's in a smaller uptrend here since the previous lows of March 12th. So let's see how far this recovery will go, but ES future or S&P 500 is still weaker than Nasdaq future because it is a broader index with 500 companies, and the smaller ones are a little bit weaker than the bigger ones right now. So Nasdaq recovered here back to, what is the high point, 12,888, and went back 12,860. Let's see how far we will go today. Already made a big wick to the upside here, but this is a strong recovery here. Let's see how far we will go. I'm still in my short position and I will hold it. So I still believe that we will go to lower levels. Let's see this here. So almost went to the opening price of yesterday. Still an inside bar here. Big move. Some dip buyers took the opportunity to buy in. Let's see if they want to bring it higher or if they want to close and take the profits. Ron, you sell put of a stock if you think the stock will go up. You also sell call of the stock when you think the stock is going down. So normally I sell puts, yes, when I think that the stock is going up or sideways, but I don't trade options directional. So I have normally not the opinion that the stock is going up or sideways. I just believe that it's not going strong to the downside, and I'm mainly trading volatility. So as I explained in the previous streams, option trading is a multi-dimensional trading style, what I trade at least, and therefore I'm looking at implied volatility. So the fear, therefore I look often at the wicks and at the implied volatility of different stocks, because I can make more money and get more option premium when the fear, like here the blue line, is higher. So when the fear is big, like here when Tesla hit the lows of $101, then the fear is high. There's a high demand for puts, for more safety, for more security here to the downside, and therefore they are willing to pay more for the puts. And this is where I step in and say, okay, here are the puts. I sell them the puts for a high price. And when the stock is stabilizing or just going sideways, it's okay, it's fine, as long as the implied volatility is dropping. I can also make money just by the stock going sideways when the implied volatility is going to lower levels and when time is going by, because every day nothing is happening, I can also make money, even if the implied volatility is staying at a high level. But yeah, I have a better edge when the implied volatility is at a higher level. And this is what I am trading. So I like to trade implied volatility. We went back to the 9 EMA level here on a 5-minute chart for Nasdaq. Let's see if the market wants to stay strong. So to answer the question, I normally don't sell naked calls on stocks because there can always be a merger, and this is a big risk to the upside if there's a merger announcement and then the stock will go crazy like 20-30% or even more on one day, and you have no possibility to manage it because it's right away with a gap on the announcement. And therefore I normally don't trade naked short calls on stocks, only on commodities like crude oil, natural gas, or wheat and the others. because there you won't have a merger an acquisition and a merger announcement, and therefore there's less risk for these things to happen. But yeah, of course you can trade bear call spread like I did the last time on Tesla. So then you are secure to the upside if there is a major announcement which will bring the stock price to higher levels. What's the worst case scenario for you on a risk reversal play? So the worst case is like the same with the underlying. So when it's going down, I will lose money, of course. So a risk reversal is about the same like being long in the underlying. The only difference is that my long call is here at the 700. So the wheat prices have to rise here to 700 or higher, or I won't make money if I will hold to maturity of the call. And my put strike is here below the current price level, so I won't lose money if the prices are dropping. So it can stay in between these two strikes, the call strike here at 700 and the put strike at 585, and I won't lose money, or at least not lose a lot, because this bought call here is covered with a sold put. So a part of the time decay I will have here with the bought call is covered by the time decay of the sold put, and this is the risk reversal. So it's like being long in the underlying with a lower leverage, because you just will make money when there is a big movement to the upside, or you will lose money when there's a big movement to the downside. As long as we're just trading sideways, there is no big movement here. But of course, I will profit from every higher price level here. Like now, wheat is up 1.5% and is trying to begin to close this gap, and this is in my favor, and therefore also the risk reversal will move in my favor. So the calls prices will get higher and the sold put prices will get lower, and this is what I want to see. Yeah, but it will get better the nearer we will get here to the strike price of 700, and then the delta will get bigger of this 700 strike call, and I can make even more money. Therefore I will hold on to this position, and I want to see levels above 700 and to break above the previous high point. So the estimated holding time for this position is about 30 to 40 days. Therefore I took maturity in, I think it was 67 days until maturity. Therefore I have a little bit more time to be in this position here. Okay, back to Nasdaq, still rising. Seems to be pretty strong today. Maybe they were interpreting Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen wrong yesterday. Or was it just the blue tie? I don't know. Let's see First Republic. First Republic is higher today at $14. Made highs here pre-market of $14.80. I'm still in a long position here. Want to see the $21 maybe. Yeah, don't know if there's a news announcement which will bring us bad news. If there is a stock offering, then probably the stock can also drop. But yeah, you never know what will happen here for First Republic. It's just a small position here for me, and I will stay in this position here. Okay, let's see the important levels again on a daily time frame before we'll have the news in about 15 minutes. So to the downside, I redraw my Fibonacci levels yesterday because we made new highs here. So the high point yesterday, 13,081.75 points, and the low point from March 12th was 11,801 on the back adjusted June contract. And we have this first Fibonacci level here, 23.6% at 12,774 points. We just went above this on market open, and the next one will be about the previous high point we had here on March 6th, which is 12,588 points. So this could be a nice target to the downside if we will see this break to the downside. It's not looking like it's going to the downside right now, but yeah, I'm patient, I can wait. So we still have time for the price to find its direction. Either it wants to break to the upside or go back to the downside here. I'm still in the position in sugar, in the short position, so it's not moving a lot today. Wasn't able to go above the highs of yesterday, just forming this nice doji candle. So I hope we can hold these levels or go lower. Then it's a nice daily candle here, signaling some weakness, and maybe we'll drop tomorrow again. So yeah, no movements here from sugar, but let's see orange juice, also trading sideways today, just about 0.4% higher today. Almost no movement here in this sideways range. I will have to wait for a clear breakout, but I'm still in a short future position right now. Let's see my other stock position in DWAC, Digital Word Acquisition Company. It's down 0.7%. Yeah, was shortly moving below the $13 level, but my covering level is $12.30. So I'm still waiting for this $12.30, which was the previous breakout level, but you can clearly see in the previous days we were moving to the downside, so it's moving in my direction, and I can still wait for these levels to come here. $12.30, the previous breakout level, and then I will cover my shorts here. Just a small position. Okay, crude oil still recovering. Let's see this on a lower time frame. So they are buying in crude oil like they buy in the stock market. As you can see, yesterday we hit the resistance and then we sold off together with the stock market. But we are pushing higher right now, so it's a good sign here for my short put crude oil position. If you have some other stocks you want me to analyze, just write them down in the chat and I can have a look at them. We can have a look at TLT. So the bond ETF is just moving sideways here. As you can see, no new highs, but also no new lows. Still waiting for a decision in which direction the prices of the bonds want to go. Gold, yes, I have the gold chart here. So this is a 5 minute. Let's see on a daily time frame first. So we were moving to the downside before the Federal Reserve meeting. Then yesterday we had big movements to the upside, but closed almost at the opening level. And today we went higher. As you can see, high points of $1,986 and low points of $1,967. So no breakout for now, but it was just a smaller movement to the downside, still in this uptrend here. If we go back above 2000, then probably we will see higher levels. Again, it's still uptrending here. And yeah, as long as we see lower expectations here for the interest rates, then gold can rise, because there's no fear of higher interest rate levels, which will mean a higher opportunity cost for holding gold. As long as the expectations are going to lower levels for interest rates, then gold will probably rise further. Let's see how fast we will see the $2,000 back again. And yeah, again, here when the US dollar is getting weaker, then the people are willing to pay higher prices, because if you look here, for example, to the euro is now worth more comparing with the US dollar. So we can pay higher prices in US dollar and would still pay the same in euro, and therefore it is often easy that when the US dollar is getting weaker, that gold prices are rising. So there's also an effect here. But when the US dollar is getting stronger, when the markets are turning to the downside, then gold will also turn to the downside, because with a stronger dollar, the gold will be more expensive in a foreign currency, and therefore the people are willing to pay less for it. What's my Nasdaq target? Yeah, let's talk about this Nasdaq target. So yeah, some consolidation here around this level. Let's see if we can go to lower levels now. My main target would be at first this level here, the previous high point, 12,000 and about 12,000, what was the previous high? 12,623 points. So this is around 12,600 level here. But I think that we will go lower, minimum to the low from Monday, which is at 12,525 points. So this is my main target here. And I believe that we can also go back here to the 50% Fibonacci level, which is sitting at 12,442 points. I will give it room. Maybe we'll drop in the next days or in the next week. You never know, but you see my entry was pretty good at the high point here. So I have time and I can give it some room to do a recovery here. And it will still be in profit if I will be stopped out. Of course, I gave back a lot, but I announced yesterday that I will hold it for a swing trade. And you never know how harsh the recovery will be and where we will turn again to the downside. Therefore, just be patient and wait for the market to turn again. But yeah, if we want to take on more, it's maybe a nice level to wait for clearer signs here of a turnaround. Then you can even take on more and add to a short position on every upturn here. So let's see the previous low points from yesterday. We went above these lows here. We had the first low here, then went higher again and then broke these lows. And now we went above these previous low points, which was the pre-market high point, as you can see. And then it should act as a support now. So you can also use just the movement from yesterday and draw some Fibonacci levels there. So this was a pretty good move. So let's use this movement here. And we see 50% correction. So this often happens that we correct 50% of the previous movement. So 50% from the movement of yesterday was corrected now, and therefore this acts as a resistance. Of course, we can go higher to the next Fibonacci level, but we often see 50% movements here. Yeah, let's see where the market wants to go with the news in about 6 minutes, and then we will see if I can add to my short or if I should rather go out of my short. How do you have the ability to wait? So if you're big in profits like I am, then yeah, it's not a big issue because I will still make a profit when I'm out, yeah, of the position. So I don't want to let go it above here, these previous high points. As you can see, if we go above this here, then it's not a good trade anymore. Yes, of course, I gave it a lot of room, but you see, I could also have closed it yesterday and wouldn't have made all these profits here to the downside. So I can give it now more room because it's a swing trade and can say, okay, I want to close here at the 13,000 level or above, but I don't want to hold too long to it, else we will make new highs and it will end as a losing trade. But I'm rather a swing trader, you know this. I just traded during the live stream yesterday because there were pretty nice levels yesterday during the Federal Reserve meeting, and therefore I traded some smaller trades here as intraday trades, but normally I hold for a couple of days. And this is what my trading style is, and therefore I picked a nice level here for a short, and therefore I want to hold on to my short to make some more profits, even if it's moving a little bit against me. Like now we corrected about 170, 180 points from the lowest yesterday, but that's nothing big, as you can see, holding near the 50% Fibonacci. So the levels are working, and you see this was the the first move to the downside and acted as a previous support, and you can see how good these levels are. So it acted as a support here, acted as a support here, and then we went to higher levels. So now it's acting as a resistance here. Let's see if there are some dip buyers buying above, or if we will see this reversal here. It's slowing down the pace, but with the news in 4 minutes, everything can change again. So how do I have the ability to wait? It's just the learning process to be calm and not to be stressed when a position is not going in your direction. You always have to know where you want to enter and where you want to exit. And when you know your levels, you already know what you can lose or what you will win. And then it's easier because you know in advance what your risk is. But if you don't know where your levels are, then you will always be fearful because you never know what happens in the future. Even for me, I don't know what happens in the next minutes or the next days. It can end as a winning trade. It can still end as a winning trade, but a lot less wins, a lot less money than if I had closed yesterday, of course. This can happen, but it will still be a winner. So I'm just patient. It's not a big thing for me. Genau, let profits run and realize losses earlier. That's it, Miko. So I will let this winner run, even if I know that there has to be some reversal here. So this is a nice level to go to the downside again, but we can even go here to the 12,925. It would still be an interesting level, and I would still add to my position on a multi-day time frame here. But it's just normal that we see on the ES future, I will go back to this, because it's a broader index, and we have seen, let's bring up this 200 level again. So we went below the 200 SMA yesterday, but it's just normal that we try to fight back above these levels for the week, for the ending of the week. Let's see this on a weekly time frame. It's not loading. It's always the big problem here with these weekly candles on the futures, because it doesn't want to calculate this far back. So we went back to the 4,000 points level. It's a nice level here to see some resistance here. But we are back above the 200 SMA on a daily time frame. So market participants will probably fight for this level. But now let's go back to the Nasdaq and to a 1 minute time frame to see the impact of the news. Here are the news in just a couple of seconds, 20 seconds left. It's a 3-star event, but I don't know if it will have this big of an impact. It's not comparable to CPI or interest rate decision, of course. But even yesterday there was just a 50-60 points move. It was just about nothing yesterday. And people are buying. Number is a little bit lower than expected, 640k instead of the forecast of 650k. So now some stop losses are triggered here above the 12,900 level, and people are buying. But let's see if the first direction is the right one, or if they want to sell immediately at this round 12,900 level. See it on a higher time frame. 5 minutes still uptrending. So I will stream for 4 more minutes and then I will let you trade on your own. Let's see the news for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have core durable goods orders 1 hour before the market opens. So I can try to live stream this for you. EU Leaders Summit, nothing special for the US market here. Let's see next week already. Next week we will have CB Consumer Confidence on Tuesday, pending home sales on Wednesday, GDP, this one will be important, here on Thursday, and on Friday core PCE price index, this one will also be important here on Friday. Still uptrending here, a lot of buyers stepping in. Rishi is already shorting here. Okay, nice level for you. Too short. Let's see. This was yeah, a little bit above the high point from the day before yesterday. Let's see it on a 5-minute time frame again. Compared with yesterday. Not able to zoom out this far. 15 minutes. So there were some low points here yesterday at 12,890. So I don't see a really rejection level here. Not really. So I would work with the Fibonacci from the movement of yesterday. And then you see we still have some room. Here, 12,000. Yeah, almost reached 12,926. And the high point was 12,920. So just 5 points below this Fibonacci level. Would be a nice level for another short. But I think I can let you trade on your own now. You are prepared for all the major levels. Euro USD is still moving higher. Yeah, pushing a little bit. Let's see if we can go back to this $1.10 level. Then I will probably short here if we go back to this level. Let's see if we can see it again or if it will form a lower high here and go to the downside. As soon as I see some signs of weakness, I will short it and want to be in a long position in US dollar and short in the euro here. Okay. Thank you for watching today. Hope you had some nice insights. If yes, then please like the stream, and if you haven't done so far, subscribe to the channel. We will see us tomorrow again, 1 hour before the market opens, for the major economic news, and then we will see if the market turned again or if it's rising even more. Thank you for watching. Have a nice trading day. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.